not often that I get to splurge on Tom Ford, but when I do, I expect an amazing experience. But that is not happening today, girl. I just seem to be sparkling like a little disco ball today. Today is a mostly full face of Tom Ford. I splurged and picked up the new Tom Ford Soleil collection. I grabbed one quad, one bronzer, and I grabbed one cream blush. Tom Ford is just one of those brands that I know I should probably take with a grain of salt, and I'm paying a heavy price tag for the name. But there's something about the brand that I just constantly come back to. I want to see it succeed. They reformulated so much of it because they took out some of the skincare ingredients that was driving up the cost. The cost has actually come down quite a bit for several of these pieces, and that makes me happy. Now, sometimes there's some hit or misses within the brand, and I hate when I find things that are amiss, but I keep coming back to it. I guess I'm just a glutton for punishment. I don't know what it is. Everything on my face today is going to be linked down below in the description box. If you click on any of those links and make a purchase, thank you so very much. You are supporting my channel. I do earn a small commission. If you enjoyed today's video, because I forgot to mention this during the actual video, hit that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well. Most of my base is finished. I'm going to start with a liquid blush. This is in the shade Mile High. The packaging is actually kind of weighty. So this is a plastic component. The top is a little bit heavier. It's got a little bit of weight to it. It's an absolutely beautiful cream blush here. It's a berry shade. In fact, because it's kind of a moussey texture, I think you can use this on your lips as well. We'll give it a little bit of a try. Although I'm already wearing the Casablanca lipstick, kind of see if I can blot it here in the middle of my lips. So I picked this one up during the end of the Sephora sale. There were a couple other shades that I wanted that looked really pretty, but because I don't know how well the formula is going to behave, I only got the one. I hate the idea of getting liquid and cream products and not knowing how well they perform or if they're even going to work well for me. So this shade, it's quite deep for my complexion, but I think I can get away with it. I'm really hoping it will blend out really well on top of my base. My cheeks are not powdered, so my under eyes are powdered, not my cheeks. I'm going to use a Real Techniques sponge, work it into that sponge there the best I can. Looks like it's kind of sticking to my sponge a little bit. Makes me a little bit nervous. Maybe I'll bring it around the other side there. Wish me luck. Bring this up around the back of my cheeks. I am a little nervous because of the way it's behaving on my sponge here. It's not really applying to the sponge as evenly as I would have hoped it would. Bring it up underneath my eyes, right up to that lower lash line there. I feel like I'm having just a little bit of trouble getting it to blend out onto my cheeks. That could be me. I'm not entirely sure. I didn't have this trouble with my liquid blush from Rare Beauty, so I'm a little nervous it could just be the product itself. So maybe it's a good thing I only got the one shade. Or maybe it would apply better with a brush. I'm just working on it with a sponge for the time being because I tend to have better success with cream blushes if I use a sponge. Let's try going at this one more time and then kind of work it around to the other side of the sponge here. Oh my gosh, why is it doing this? I'm not liking that at all. Let's try this again very gently. I'm really struggling. I don't like the way it's applying to my sponge, and I feel like even though it looks good here on camera, I might go back and edit later and see that it probably doesn't, but for now on the viewfinder it looks good. I don't have any problems with it in the viewfinder, so maybe I'm just being nitpicky because I feel like it is not applying very well. Let's bring it up behind my eyes a little bit. I'm struggling a little bit. Like in the viewfinder, it looks okay. In my mirror, looks slightly patchy. Like you can see a spot right here where it doesn't want to apply. There's no powder down. Maybe I'll have to give it a go with a brush. This is not wanting to work. That's a little disappointing for me. I don't really know what to say. That's so shameful. Let me try blotting it onto my lips. I kind of want to see what it would look like just here in the center. You know, that actually looks really cute blotted in. You probably can't see it too well because I have that Casablanca lipstick on. In the mirror though, it looks really cute, and I bet this one would look amazing if I used a more nudie beige color, or if I just wore it as a blurred lipstick all on its own. Now let's play with the Soleil bronzer. I have mine in the shade 01 Corsica. Packaging. Okay, so they're not magnetic anymore, but this clasp packaging does not bother me whatsoever. The large T logo is so elegant. The white on gold is just so classy and luxurious. Look at this packaging. That is so beautiful. It's so elegant and luxurious. Let's compare it to the Terra bronzer and the Gold Dust bronzer. I do not have them in the large packaging, which I never wanted in the large packaging anyway. This one is 01 Gold Dust. So the packaging is quite a bit different. Let me just show you. This one is a little more rounded edges. It's quite a bit slimmer. The size, I mean, you can kind of tell. Honestly, I kind of prefer the size and the shape of this one a little bit more. Maybe it's just because it's classic like that for me, and I think Tom Ford, but this one is still weighty, it's still beautiful. Terra has the magnetic closure, this one has the clasp. Size-wise, you're getting 8 grams in here and 12.5 in here. I think I paid quite a bit more for this one too, if I remember, and I definitely probably don't, let's be honest here. I think this one was closer to $75 when I bought it. I'm gonna compare these for you though, so let's swatch Terra. You can see I've like done some damage to that one. And last one, which you can see I've used quite a bit less than Terra, is Gold Dust. The new bronzer, Corsica. Let's see if I can blur it out a little bit there. And then we have Terra, which is quite a bit more neutral leaning. Yeah, that one, I mean, they're not too different, but honestly, if you were wanting one that was a little more neutral leaning, just stick to the Terra if you have it. And then this one is Gold Dust. Actually, swatching them on my arm, I'd say Gold Dust is a little bit closer to Corsica, which is the lightest shade in the new lineup. If you have Gold Dust, and it's supposed to be a little more of a luminous finish, but if you have Gold Dust, you've got Corsica. Let's dig into this bad boy. I'm gonna use this Sephora number 50 brush. This is one of my favorite bronzer brushes. I'm gonna pick it up here and just kind of work it into the brush. Maybe work it into the back of my hand too, just to make sure it's really in there. And pat this all along the back of my cheekbone here. I already contoured with my Blend Bunny Jordan Liberty palette. I say contour, but really like it's not. Well, no, I fibbed. I contoured my nose with that palette. I used my Shade and Illuminate palette for the cheek contour, so don't let me fib to you. Oh my goodness. And then right over the top of that blush there, I think this size pan is actually much more preferable. The other pan was quite a bit smaller for a bronzer, but they still work. It's so pretty. So it's a little more neutral warm leaning, but it's not so warm like the Rare Beauty bronzer. I did a video on the Rare Beauty bronzer. It's in the full face of Rare Beauty. If you haven't caught that already, I'll have that on the screen for you over here. That bronzer is incredibly warm, and it doesn't really suit my fair skin tone the way this Tom Ford bronzer does. Let's work this into this big old noggin here. So cute. It looks so good. Why am I saying cute? It just looks really, really good on my forehead. And then I am going to have to get me a hair appointment done because I don't even know what to do with my hair anymore. I feel so out of place with my hair. Look, this happens with literally every single thing I put on my forehead, whether it's foundation, whether it's bronzer, whether it's contour. That little dry patch there, nothing wants to stick to. So I'm really, really happy I can just hide it with my hair. Let's just get here, bring it down a little bit. Do my shoulders just a little bit. And put a little highlighter on my shoulders. Other than this messy hair, what do we think? That's a beautiful shade. I'm gonna have to clean this up just a little bit with some powder, but I love, hear me, I love this formula. Do you guys remember when I said that I don't reach for face palettes, so I stopped buying face palettes? I stopped buying the Hourglass face palettes because of that. I guess I lied. Now, I had all the most honest intentions when I said that, but then Hourglass, after I filmed that video, Hourglass launched the new customization quads, and I love their blushes. Yeah, you can get that similar type of blush from other brands. I love their blushes so much that I really did just want it in a quad, and I thought, finally, I can just make my own custom quad. And they had blush shades that I genuinely wanted to have in a quad. Last year for 2025, they did the same thing. The shades they had, I didn't really want. They released more. Granted, they're still like, they've had all of these shades and they're all in some sort of palette. They're either in a single or they're in one of their limited edition palettes. Some of those palettes I don't have. Some of those shades I just don't have, which is irrelevant because now I do, but also I wanted them in a quad, especially for travel's sake, and I wanted to be able to just mix and match and blend, so I got 4 of the shades I truly wanted in a blush quad. I thought since I missed out on the Ghost blush quad from years ago, I think it was like 5 or 6 years ago, I may as well just build my own Hourglass quad. So I did, and we're gonna play with at least one of these shades, if not 2. So I know this was supposed to be a video for the Tom Ford products that I bought, but I wanted to really be able to use this today anyway. These are the 4 shades I picked out. I have Pink Fusion, Rose Fusion, Amethyst Haze, and Red Zero. So we'll start with, I believe is Pink Fusion. And then I've got Rose Fusion, which isn't too far from Pink Fusion. And then I have Amethyst Haze. And then Red Zero. So Red Zero is a little intimidating. Ooh, not my best swatch. Red Zero is a little intimidating. I think I can use it though. I am gonna use Lilac Fusion. No, what is it called? Amethyst Haze? Amethyst Haze, the purple one. Where was I going with that lilac? I'm gonna use the purple one just to kind of tie everything in together, and maybe one of these pink ones on the apples of my cheeks. Let's take Amethyst Haze. This is on a French boutique brush for It Cosmetics. Oh, I may have gotten quite a bit. Let's brush that off just a little bit. It's already going down so pretty. Look at this. Oh, wow. And that cream blush from Tom Ford, it's kind of like the perfect base. I just hate that it didn't want to apply right here. So if you look closely, it looks like it doesn't want to apply. Maybe this will help hide that a little bit. Well, I've really gone blush heavy for these last couple videos. I don't mind it though. I'm kind of have a little bit of blush blindness going on. So even though you can't truly see the shade and the tone because I have that cream blush down, so my blush is a little bit more opaque. Hopefully this kind of gives you an idea of what you can do with all of your blushes. And layering blush is so much fun, especially when you use more than one shade and you kind of create an ombre effect. It's one of my favorite things to do with blush. All right, I'm gonna use Pink Fusion just to kind of offset that purple a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. I'm gonna have to really tone this down with some finishing powder here because this is crazy. Really, really crazy. And when I was editing my Rare Beauty video, I was like, wow, I really went blush heavy. But it's just, well, it's really hard to tell in the viewfinder the difference in the shades. In the mirror, I can see it, and it's really irritating me that nothing is wanting to stick right here. That looks terrible, despite the fact that I'm having a very good foundation day and my foundation looks amazing. It's really irking me that I have that spot right there on my cheek that doesn't want to blend in. These don't really have that shimmering effect like a few of my other shades do, but I'm happy to have this quad. We'll have to see later on throughout the year and even next year if I reach for it a little more often. I really hope so because I love the Hourglass blushes, but a lot of the blush I own, especially the YSL blushes, I reach for those quite a bit. We're gonna cross my fingers and see if I wasted my money. For the quad reformulations, this is the only color story that is new for the Soleil lineup. This is 03 Moonlight Dip. Moonlight Dip? Yes, Moonlight Dip. This one is a little more golden leaning. So the other quads looked a little more warm and a little more neutral golden brown. This one is a little different. I have honeymoon, so I didn't need honeymoon. This one is a little more unique. And I feel like this one kind of captures the evening effect for summer. I'm looking forward to this one. I have high hopes. I'm going to cross my fingers here. High hopes for this formulation, and I cannot wait to see how it does. You still get the two little brushes here. I don't ever use them. So these are all shimmer shades. I'm going to start by taking just this little pencil brush from Fenty Beauty and pick up this very champagne colored shimmer. I'll have to try it dry first because you can definitely spray your brush to put these on. And I'm going to just place it in the inner corner here to see how well this shines without being wet and foiled. So far, so good. It does have a little bit of a sheen to it. Now let's go into it again with a damp brush and use that on the inner corner of my right eye, and hopefully it has a noticeable difference. I don't feel like this has too much of a difference to it, whether it's damp or dry. Let's take a Danessa X My 25 brush and pick up this rosy metallic shade and see how this looks packed onto the lid. Okay, well, this one I might need to go ahead and spray my brush for. We'll have to see. I feel like I'm not getting very much impact from this shade. Well, these aren't meant to be super impactful, so I don't really know where I'm going with that. It's an elegant, luxurious formula, but they're not supposed to be like my indie palettes, so maybe I just need to remind myself to get out of that mentality and remember that they are luxury formulas. Let's spray my brush and then try it on this right eye sprayed. That's a little bit better. That I feel like you can see this shimmer just a little bit better than when I went in with it dry. I don't think I'm gonna be able to wear the big beautiful lashes for this look. This is a very toned down, tamed look. And then spray it one more time and see if I can't get this on this lower lash line looking a little more of, wow, oh, okay. That's a little bit better on the lower lash line there. I was hoping to make it look a little more shiny. It's hard to tell. I had the blush up underneath my lash line there, but I think I can see a little bit of a shine to it. Let's take this deep maroon shade. I'm going to take a different brush and see if this makes a difference. This is the E42 Precision Firm Blender by Sigma. We're going to take this one dry first and work that into this outer corner. Dry. I can see that just a little bit better. It doesn't look like a metallic, at least not in the mirror, and it doesn't look as red undertoned as I was thinking it would look, especially compared to how it looks in the pan. I'm slightly underwhelmed by this shade. I don't know what to say. I feel a little bit sad about that because I was really hoping that my impression of it would convey on camera and you would see how excited I am for something like this, especially since it's Tom Ford and I love all of my quads that I do own from Tom Ford. This just is underwhelming me and I hate that feeling. Let's dampen this shade. Let's be a little fair. We'll give it another go. Spray my brush and do it on this lid and see if maybe it looks different. We'll see. Already quite a bit deeper with it being damp. All right. Hold your horses. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. It's so hard for me to even see that there is any type of red tone to this shadow. I really don't like being on camera when I'm underwhelmed, but hopefully this kind of helps you make up your mind if you are interested in it or not. I mean, who am I to be so arrogant to think that you're watching my content for details on this and my arrogance. Oh my gosh. I feel like all I've done for my last few videos is all these neutral, boring color stories. And it's leaving me feeling a little uninspired. All right, so this eye looks okay. The cheek is really irritating me. The cheek is really irritating me, guys. This eye looks okay. I don't really know what to do from here. So let's try it with the finger. I'm going to pick up the gold shade here, see if this just does something a little different for me, and apply it here in the center. That makes it look a little more gold instead of that pinky look that I was going for. I'm going to be honest, I'm really bored. I'm really bored with this look. Does it give me that more pinky look here? No. I really thought these two would definitely take the look in a bit more of a rosy leaning tone. It's definitely not. The champagne, I mean, it was going to do nothing anyway, but I was really hoping you could see quite a bit of a difference. You really can't. It looks very golden brown no matter what shade I used. Let me take this cute little E36 brush and pick up this champagne shade and work that into my brow bone here. Let me just give it a little bit of a shine right here at the top. I am not too old for a brow bone highlight, and I am really looking forward to seeing at some point this come back. I love brow bone highlights. I never grew out of that. I'm sad. I wanted this to look so much more. Oh, I don't even know. I wanted more from it, and I'm not getting what I want out of this palette. Look, I know this is about Tom Ford, but I think I can make this look a little bit better if I pull out the Half Magic Glitter Puck in the shade Dopamine Sparkle, which was the first one that came out for the Half Magic Glitter Pucks. I wanted it to lean a little more pink, and this will help me make it lean a little more pink, because it's not enough for me. I'm sorry. Yeah. I think I've said that in the last few videos that it's not giving me enough. Girl, it is not giving me enough, and I need it to give me so much more. So let's just use the glitter puck. I'm sorry if you didn't want me to use the glitter puck and you wanted to see the quad all on its own. I apologize. You saw how I was feeling. We're gonna just throw this on there, call it a wash, and be done with it, because this just was not the most fun look for me, and I am very, very salty about it. The look turned out what it turned out. I am at a loss for words here, because I want to enjoy my look and feel like I am very happy with the money that I spent, and right now I can't confidently say that to you. I can't confidently say that I really like this look. I think it turned out beautiful in the end. I think I had to finesse it a little bit. I wish I could have said I didn't need the glitter puck, but honestly, I needed that glitter puck. I'm not overly happy with the formula of this quad. I am super bummed. I'm not going to say it's a bad formula. If you like luxury formulas and the subtleness of shadows from luxury brands, this is not a bad formula. It just didn't pop the way some of the other quads that I have from Tom Ford pop. It didn't give me that factor of excitement that I always love when I reach for any of my luxury brands. It didn't give me that feeling of warm fuzzies deep down. I don't know what to say. I'm super bummed. I couldn't see much of a pinky gold like difference. Those should have been noticeably different on the lids. It should have been an impactful change each time I applied one of the shades, wet or dry. Heck, even when I sprayed my brush, you couldn't even tell that it had that wet, dry shine factor to it, the way some of his other wet, dry formulas, or rather his wet, dry formula in some of his other quads have. I feel like I could pull out Nude Dip, use it dry, use it wet, and it still has that noticeable change. The formula is pretty. It's not a bad formula. It's just, I think it's for someone who doesn't wear their eyeshadows the way I do, who doesn't wear their look the way that I wear mine, where it's kind of blown out on the lids, it's up on the brow bone, it's out a little away, and then it's just more of along the lines of someone who likes to use their fingers and apply the shadows very lightly. A light dusting, it's there, but it's also, you have to look closely to see it. This quad is for someone who doesn't want looks like I wear. That's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. I'm not happy that I spent my money that I worked so hard for on this, when I know from my other quads for Tom Ford, they give me a lot more. Heck, Nude Dip is I want to say it's my favorite quad. It is my favorite quad from Tom Ford, And I like reaching for that, and I enjoy the way my looks always turn out, and you could see a noticeable difference between each shade, each shadow, and I don't get that with this. The lashes I chose for this, I wanted to not wear super va-va-voom type of lashes, but I am wearing the House of Lashes Siren Flare. These are really cute. I like these. And you can kind of see the little baby wing that I made. I just used the Fenty Fly Liner in Big Truffle number 2. I'm gonna round this off with the fragrance of the day. I am wearing Sniff. This is the scent called Gentle Reminder. This popped up on my Instagram. This is not a brand new scent. I know because I looked. I got mine from Ulta. I saw it pop up and I was like, that's mine. I need that. This is Lavender, Purple Ube, Milk Froth, Black Tea, Palo Santo, and Date Sugar. I am a very gourmand type of girl, but Ube is one of my, that is so unique, and I love Ube. The first time I ever had Ube was when I was in Centerville, Virginia. A long time ago with an ex, won't even go there, but that was the first time I ever had Ube, and I fell in love. I could not help myself. Was at a little Asian market. I just ran into it and I was like, oh, what is that? It's purple. It's really pretty. They said it was sweet potato, and I was like, I love sweet potato. Let me have that. And then when I saw that it's in a fragrance, I was like, I need it. I have to have it whether I'm going to like it or not. It's a blind buy. Take my money, please. It smells amazing. You can smell the ube. You can smell the lavender. You can smell the black tea. I smell the black tea more when it dries down. And that's mostly what I get. It's so elegant. You would think that like smelling like a sweet potato would be weird. It's not overly strong, and you don't really get that baked smell from it. It smells more like a tea, a delicious tea. And I have to tell you, I love pairing it with the pistachio from Philosophy. This is the body spray called Pistachio Paradise. This just has that nutty undertone to it. This is the fragrance that I have found that smells the most true, authentic pistachio scent. And adding it to ube just has that nutty little aroma that complements it so well. It is the most beautiful, perfect pair. There's something about it. It's hard for me to describe. This one just, it just brings forward that earthy, sweet, delicious baked goods type of gourmand scent, and I am loving it. I love pairing that together. I do think it'd probably smell good with the Kayali Bougie Marshmallow. I honestly think that would be an amazing mix. I'm gonna have to try that. The ube with the marshmallow. I'm just thinking of fall all of a sudden, but I feel like those are very complementary fragrances to wear together if you like to combine fragrance. That's it for me. I am so sorry if my lack of enthusiasm for this look brought you down in any way. Thank you so much for spending your day with me. You guys truly mean the world to me. I just appreciate the fact that you're here. If you have not done something for yourself today, do something for yourself today because you are worth it.